What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and you know it's Friday, so it's time for some real talk. So, this came up earlier this week. Of course, we're going to talk about the should we ban GT Goku? I actually think it's ridiculous it's even on the table, personally, especially considering, like, what has been going on in this game as far as characters are concerned. I do think he's definitely the character that is on everyone's minds right now. He's the most recent character. He's definitely the best DLC character that has come out this year so far, in my opinion, right? But we've had like a year of Bardock. No one talked about banning Bardock at all. Everyone played Bardock. No one talked about banning Bardock at all. I feel like a lot of the reasons that people use for saying that we should potentially ban GT Goku are all like pretty faulty. Now, while I did make a previous video about balance patches and how I'm kind of cool about them not doing another balance patch during the year, as far as GT Goku himself, I think the biggest issue he has, more than anything else, because by the way, personally, I actually think he's good for the game. I want more characters to be like him. Actually, I think he's a good thing for the game. I'll explain why later, personally. But the thing that they do need to actually take away from him is that he should not be able to do Spirit Bomb and a combo extension after. That is probably the biggest issue I have with him. Everything else I think is probably fine. They can leave him alone if they take that away. But first, let's talk about what people actually dislike about him and why they want to ban him. Then I'll actually talk about why I think he's good for the game and what I think they're going to try to do, since I'm pretty sure they're going to stick to their guns and not do a balance patch this year. Okay. So pretty much one of the main things is that people, and rightfully so, that assist is very strong. Even though there's like a couple of weaknesses of it, the idea and the concept of the assist is very strong. But the assist has more to do with how people play the game than how good the assist actually is, because you could just not jump. In this game, jumping is incredibly strong, so a big group of people who don't like GT and hate that assist, they're all like, sorry to come at you, but it's all like kind of mid-level players-ish who their whole neutral is just jumping and like jumping away, waiting for you to come at them so they could do something to you. With GT, when you have GT assist there, that puts a direct counter to a big chunk of people's playstyles, and it also that kind of directly addresses the game speed too, because when you block that assist, you pretty much have to block either a mix-up immediately, or the character will run full screen and then they'll get offense. So the game actually is getting faster by nature of his assist being the game, right? Another thing that people say is that he's on too many teams, he could be on any team and it's fine. And he's a top tier character, so of course putting a top tier character in your team is going to make your team better. But saying that, like, oh, this character has to be on every team is, I feel like, not a great descriptor. Like, technically, if that was the case, then yes, I think that would be a pretty good reason. But we have had characters in the past that have had the same descriptor, and we have just been like, okay, it's cool, right? So, Super Saiyan Vegeta being one, Cell, Bardock, probably the biggest one's Bardock. In the top 8, not even top 8, I think in the top 16 of EVO, I will definitely have to double check this, but I am almost certain that there were more Bardock and Super Saiyan Goku players than GT players, right? So we can't even use that he is on every team, he has to be on every team reasoning when there are characters that are used more than him, right? That just doesn't make any sense. Another thing people say is that he has stuff they took away from other characters, right? So, like I said, again, I definitely agree with people. I really don't think that he should have Spirit Bomb combo extension. As you may or may not know, especially if you come to a stream, you definitely know, I've been learning another shell to complement my main team, right? Because I think my main team has weaknesses. So I've been playing GT a lot more recently, too. And more than anything else, I'm still shocked when I do like combo, Spirit Bomb, Dragon Rush, Tackle, Supers. I'm like, whoa, this is too much now. Like, that is really, I think, inexcusable. But the other stuff, it's like most characters where he has like strengths and weaknesses, right? So generally we would say that his weakness is neutral. Like his neutral is maybe like average-ish compared to characters like Kibu and Bardock who have like really amazing neutral, right? Or a character like Adult Gohan who you might say like his neutral is not bad, but it's like very like linear. Or a character like even Teen Gohan. Teen Gohan has really good neutral. GT Goku has good defensive neutral. He's good at running away. He's not that great at getting in unless your back's to the corner, right? His main strengths is when he's next to you, he's really good, and when he hits you, he's really good. Those are his core strengths. And like I said, I really do agree, people. You should take away the Spirit Bomb combo extension. As far as the level 3 Oki, like, so characters in this game, the way it worked before, because that's a big thing people point at too, is specifically the Spirit Bomb Oki. So many characters had solo strong level 3 Oki, as we are very well aware. Between like Android 16 before, Bardock's a classic, solo Gotenks. I'm trying to think of someone else who had like really crazy. I mean, those three are probably like the super standard. Oh, Base Vegeta had a really good like solo level 3 mix up. So they generally weaken solo level 3 mix up, but he has a strong level 3 mix up. But overall, most characters, there's still characters that have strong solo level 3 mix up, but it's more nuanced than before, rather than his is like direct. It's like pretty much literally old Bardock, right? So everyone's like, oh look, it's this, as opposed to like you might see someone doing. I've seen this, for example, in like stream chats after I play, right? I think Trunks' level 3 knockdown is a ridiculous knockdown, the one that you cannot defend, but it's nuanced. So the thing I see the most after I do a level 3 setup is, why are they respecting there? That's not safe. Meaning they don't get how the setup works, and that thing is safe and actually advantageous and leads to a positive situation for me, where the opponent has to guess what I'm going to do, right? I think people kind of agree. I think they should actually add more characters with strong level 3. And Janemba is actually a start of this, right? Kind of leading me into like the next thing I want to talk about. So, what I think the devs are doing now. So, the devs are doing something that's always mixed bag to me. So, while I do like the fact that we get to sit on this patch and like grind and just really figure out the game, they're still adding characters. So, you can say that, in a way, the devs are balancing the game through the new characters. GT Goku would be a great example, right? They say he's a meta-defining character. Whether or not that's true, he being in the game changes the way people play, changes the way people build teams, blah, blah, blah. Right? So I feel like each character, I wonder if they're using the characters to try to change the way the game is being played. I want to make a video about Janemba maybe like the next couple weeks. I've been playing him a lot, and I actually think he's stupid. And kind of fits the theme that they have with GT, kind of. That's a video for in a week or two. So I'm curious to see if Gogeta will be the same, and will Super Broly be the same, because in my opinion, I think a lot of people agree too, Videl and Jiren, while they're cool characters, and they're fun to play, they don't really affect the way the game is played, right? And they're not very common characters either, because they're not like tournament defining, let's say, right? So then last, why I think he's good for the game, and why I'm hoping more characters would be like him. And again, I think Janemba is more like that than people give him credit for right now. We needed a character to, one, speed up the game, two, punish people for getting hit. That's the big one for me. Three, the assist. So anti-air assist, I think, is necessary for the game, straight up, and he has a great one. I won't get too much into it in this video, but I think that style, like, you don't see it too much in top-level play. It's really like mid-level play. I've talked about it before on why the game seems slow to so many people, but just because that assist is in the game, it speeds the game up when people play like that. And it's like a direct counter to something that in the game, I don't know if they realized it would be like this when they made the game, but if they're not assists that counter that style of movement, then the game is just going to be a slow, lame game. I'm cool with it, I guess, overall. Like, not everyone's going to play like that, but it seems for the most part that a lot of people have issues with the game being slow, right? Perceived as a slow game, at least. So, just to wrap up, I guess I'm on team. Don't ban him. I don't even know why it's a discussion, really. If we're talking about banning him, we should at least let him sit around as long as Bardock and Cell or whatever. It's like 6 months or whatever to see if it's really like the end. Like if he's really the end. Because that's the thing about banning a character. It has to be the end of the game. So if you're saying that GT is so good he should be banned, and you're basically saying all routes lead to GT, GT is impossible to beat, and like that's the end of the game, it's GT. And I just don't think that's the case. Okay. So let me know what you think in the comments if you have any questions or whatever. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you next time. Peace out.